Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Salt City Live Racing. Nick, are we ready to go?
Let's go.
Wednesday night, 6 o'clock. As always, we're here to bring you up to date on everything that's happened up at the Hutchinson Fairgrounds Raceway at Salt City Racing. And so excited to be here this evening. Got some exciting stuff coming up. Of course, our sponsors are setting up there on the page. And we picked up a couple new sponsors this week or last week and finally got their logos up on the page. So from that part. So Nick, I'm going to let you run through those real fast. We got exciting guests coming on, Danny Jennings.
Yep.
So that's some exciting stuff to talk to him here in just a few minutes and stuff like that too. So Nick, roll through those sponsors real fast so we can update everybody on everything that's happening where we're at.
All right. Well, let's start with the new ones because we didn't have them up there last week. So Jackson Meat, great place to go get your cuts of meat, stuff you like to cook, and Egbert Liquor. Appreciate those guys. They're going to help us out with some stuff for our VIP nights, which will be about every race from here on out. Mike Van Gendren, he's been helping us a lot with getting the racetrack going and all the dirt work and everything, and we couldn't have done it without him. Murphy Tractor and Equipment, they provided the road grader and a big pneumatic sheep's foot for Mike and everybody to work on getting the racetrack prepped up. Richardson Brothers Construction. John Ross Richardson provided us with a tractor and a sheep's foot and a box blade and everything else to help get the racetrack going as well. Ox Construction Materials and Andale Equipment. Those guys have helped us pour some wall panels and helping us repair a couple that got damaged at the last race. And Hample Oil providing us with some diesel fuel and big tank out there in the infield for diesel so we can burn it up working on the racetrack. Phoenix Recovery of Kansas, helping us out on race day with towing and anything we need like that. BG Products, of course, a great relationship with BG and Mel Hambleton Ford carrying on to Salt City Racing. Can't thank those guys enough. Construction Rental. They've provided us a telehandler and some extra lighting for the pits and the racetrack. And Agris Center have hooked us up with some side-by-sides for Phil and Kyler to cruise around on, and also the EMT cart for Dodge City and Salt City. So thank you to those guys. Zener Electric, always making sure we've got power to everything and the lights are working and everything's hooked up, ready to go there. And Evans Building Company, Bill Johnson, always been a big supporter of racing over in Hutchinson. Can't thank him enough for everything he's done for us. And United Rentals, providing us with water trucks for race day. Only had one on the first race, but here we're going to have 2 big old water trucks for this next race. So we'll have plenty of water and plenty of spraying power. And then, of course, Can Equip hooked us up with a big case tractor we're going to use for a tiller and maybe some other stuff and packing the racetrack. So just can't thank all these sponsors enough. We couldn't have done it without each and every one of them, Phil.
That's right, exactly. So thank you all for helping. I always want to give you guys the time and everything else for everything you're doing to help make this racetrack go. So anyway, a couple of changes we're going to make. The road, I think it's called State Fair Road on the north side of the track is going to turn into be a pit entrance only. We'll have some signs up there for that. We're going to change where the pit windows at. We're not going to have a table sitting there between turns 3 and 4. We're going to use the little ticket window there coming off State Fair Road. Little blue building there too. So everybody, people that want to come spectator watch will not be able to come in that gate. I believe that's gate 7, but it's on the north side of the road coming off of State Fair Road. Going to be a pit road only entrance to try to maximize the traffic flow and everything else from that part.
We'll have some big old signs out there too, so everybody will know where to go.
Kind of know where you're going and stuff too. So basically, if you want to be a spectator and stuff, you'll have to come in on the other gates on the other side there to make that happen. We've got to keep the flow of the traffic, keep people from being too close to the fence and the walls and stuff from that part too. So had a good meeting yesterday with the traffic people over there yesterday to kind of analyze a few other things and stuff to work out the flow and all that kind of stuff too. Still, some of the questions I'm getting, Nick, a lot too is what do we do for the guys in the pit side that watch the races? I know that's a negative right now. It's one of those things we got to get through this first year. I told everybody just to jump on your 4-wheelers, whatever, run around the other side to do that. There's been some talk about some bleachers. Love to put some bleachers up, but just until we got a longer contract, everybody, this is what we got. This is what we got to live with. We need the support from the spectators, the racers, everybody to show the fair board they voted correctly to keep racing going on. again, we had that great meeting with them a couple weeks ago. It was a fantastic meeting.
Absolutely. And if anybody out there knows anybody that rents or sells portable grandstands that would like to support us and maybe sponsor us the use of those grandstands to bring them over on race night, we would definitely be open to talking to them. So
yeah, exactly. So those are kind of the changes we're going to work on. Again, we're going to be over there starting Sunday evening, start working on the track, get it ready to go. And like Nick said earlier, we're going to have 2 water trucks from United Rentals. So thank you, gentlemen, for that, to get us a little bit better shape going from that part. So I think we're getting close. We're getting ready.
We're getting close. We're about a week away, a little over a week away, and we're just excited.
Okay, here in a little bit, here in just a few minutes, we're going to have Danny Jennings. He's going to be calling in. If all of you have followed that, he's going to debut his Silver Crown, brand new car. I talked to him on the phone this afternoon, so we'll talk to Danny here in just a little bit about his exciting stuff he's going to do with his new Silver Crown car he's getting out of Indy. And everything else too. So we'll get his input and everything else from that part on his excitement level. He is excited to come race at Hutch. I think he's raced there a lot. I think his dad and grandpa have all raced there.
I think that whole family has won quite a few features over there, but he's going to tell us more about that, I am sure.
Yeah, exactly. So Aaron, think you could cut the track in half to allow more classes running in Hutchinson? That is a plan. I will tell you that's a plan. It's nothing solid rock yet. I unfortunately can't do anything this year. We got to get through this first year. I got to watch my expenses and stuff, what we're spending, before we get too excited into how are we going to spend the money. We got to get the crowds. We got to get the cars. We got to show the fair board this is the right thing to do and why they did it. And so that way we can get a longer contract. And then after we get that longer contract, Aaron, we've got a lot of ideas, a lot of things to do over there at Hutch going forward from that part, from that standpoint.
We're not going to cut it in half. We're not going to do a quarter mile. We're going to do a good 3/8.
Okay. Tom Nairn said he was not going to be able to make the next race, but he'll make it for the Show Me 100. So that's fine. I get that too, Tom. Again, if you can't be live at the race, we'll have Race and Dirt always streaming our races and stuff too. So if you can't be there in person, jump on Race and Dirt. I would love you to be in the stands and bring in your friends, your family. We need to fill these stands up. And
the Show Me 100 would be a good time too.
Yeah. So get it. So just biggest thing is everybody, let's go through. If you go to Saltcity Racing, you can get on there and see the new ticket prices we've entered into from that part. I will tell you, buy online, save time is kind of our new little slogan we're using right now. I did hear when we met with the traffic people on yesterday, there was a lot of people thought they still, after they bought their tickets online, that you still had to go to the ticket booth where you could go. If you buy your ticket online, you can skip the ticket booth and just walk right in and get your ticket scanned, and off you go. So you don't have to worry about that part to speed up and save your time to buy them online. Save your time. You don't have to waste your time at the ticket booth. And it is really a few cents cheaper to buy them online now than it is going to be buying them at the gate. So just remember that too. So buy your tickets online, let it scan, walk straight through the gate and sign up. So here pretty quick, Danny Jennings will be online. We'll get a nice interview with him and excited. I was pumped when I talked to him this afternoon on the phone, and the dollars that he's spending just to go race. It's crazy.
I know, man. Those Silver Crown cars, they're a work of art, They're 75-gallon fuel tanks, and we'll run 100 laps nonstop without putting fuel in them, and 100-inch wheelbase, and they've got starters and transmissions and everything else in them. So definitely going to be a lot of fun to watch those cars when they come in July, and maybe get a little sneak preview on the half mile before July. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we talked to Danny about that too. We've talked to Kip Hughes to bring his car. And I'm going to throw that out there. If somebody wants to bring their Silver Crown cars, even next Friday, wants a few little hot laps, somebody wants to bring the race in June, on June the 20th, wants to come and do a little hot lapping, I'm going to open it up and say, bring them on. Let's tease the crowd of what's going to be there, how the cars are going to be, what they're going to look like, what they're going to sound like.
Yep. What's going on, Jeremy Kane? Kyler is not with us tonight.
Why is Kyler not here?
Having an open practice at Dodge City tonight. They're practicing on the little track, the micro sprints and stuff, and then they're also practicing on the big track. So he just prepped all the track he had and let him come out and burn some laps. So
burn some rubber, burn some fuel, right?
That's right. So what makes the world go round.
Okay, what's Dallas got?
Trying to vet a transportation Trying to fetch transportation to Hutch so I can come a couple times and film some events. Really want to come out there again. We'd love to have you, Dallas.
Yep, exactly. So anyway, Danny Jennings will be on the phone here shortly, waiting on his call to come in, and we'll get the lowdown on everything he's got working this year. I want to hear what else he's doing when he's racing this year too, from that part. So once again, and I think we got Danny coming through. Danny. Hey, you're live with the Salt City Racing, Danny, and we were just talking about you a little bit here before you got on the phone. And I tell you, I was sitting at home last night, and I seen the Oklahoma Tidbits posting about you, and I got really excited. So I was over on my phone, and my wife goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Let me tell you, we wouldn't understand what I was doing if I told you anyway, but here's what I'm doing." Danny Jennings is coming, is going to debut a car so at the Salt City, so pumped for that, Danny. And so first of all, Danny, thank you for coming. Thank you for participating and everything else too. But first, let's talk about your race season. Where you're racing, what are you doing this year? What's happening? What's on your schedule? That kind of stuff for this year.
Oh, no.
Ooh. I got you. So for everybody listening to our show, what tell we know what a Silver Crown car is, but what is the difference of a Silver Crown car to a sprint car? How would you compare that for our listeners to kind of understand what's happening from that part? 75-gallon, right? Yeah.
So how many cubic inches is that motor, Danny?
Okay, Danny, hang on just a second. I guess we're having some technical difficulties. Sorry, they're saying we can't hear you through the phone. Gus here's my IT guy's kind of working on that here a second here. We'll figure out what's going on. We even tested this thing before we went live to make sure it worked. So I'm not sure what happened from that part. So sorry about that too. So hang on tight, everybody. We'll try to figure out what's going on with Danny and what's happening there. Is it this one here maybe? Does that make it help him to bring him on? Anything else I know? Let's get that turned off. Does that maybe get Danny coming through? Is there another way I can get Danny to come through maybe? Gus?
Not unless he joins through the link.
But I wonder, can I put him speaker and go through that way?
You can.
Danny?
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to put you a speaker, another mic down here, and kind of come through that way. So sorry about that. And so now, Danny, give us a little talk. Can everybody tell me, can we hear Danny now? Danny, you there, buddy?
Yep, loud and clear.
Yeah, I think we can hear you. So anyway, let's back up again. To start over, what a Silver Crown car is versus a sprint car. Let's start over, buddy. Sorry about that.
Yeah, the biggest thing is that 75-gallon fuel tank versus our normal 33-gallon fuel tank, and then they have a starter and a clutch, and then they're a 100-inch wheelbase car. So that's really the main difference, and you're allowed 360 cubic inch for your motor, and other than that, everything else is pretty much the same as a sprint car.
So it's a steel block motor or aluminum block?
Yeah, steel block motor. And I think it's 360 cubic inch, so you could basically have any head combination, injection combination you want, just as long as you make it 360 cubic inch.
Gotcha.
So there's a little bit of more, compare, not to tell the actual dollars, but to build a Silver Crown car versus, say, a 360 sprint car, is it double the money?
I wouldn't say double the money, but it's quite a bit more because, just a fuel tank alone was, say our 33-gallon fuel tanks around, let's just say $3,000. The other one's around $5,000. Silver Crown one is really expensive.
Yeah. So,
You know,
so tell everybody what made you decide to come race. What's your excitement level about that and about the Salt City racing racetrack at Hutch? And
well, I'll tell you, back in I think it's 90 or 91 when I started racing, Laverne Nance gave me one of my first race cars, and it was a 100-inch Nance car. That was the last time I drove a 100-inch car, where they had a race at Oklahoma City, a weekly show is non-wing 100-inch cars, and they had 2-barrel motors in them. That was what we ran every week, and that was my rookie year. And after that, that was the last time I did it. So this came about at Hutch, and I really like racing there, and that's one of my favorite racetracks. So I talked to my car owner and this, that, and the other, and when he saw I was really serious about doing this, we went and looked at a few cars, and nothing we really wanted. And then one come up in Indy that we had been kind of keeping our eye on, and we pulled the plug and got that one. So that's kind of where we're at.
so is this a brand new car? Or is this a 1-2-year-old car?
It's had about 4 races on it from what I gather. It's a 2022 Maxim.
Okay.
So
Cool.
it's the most up-to-date car I found. Everything else I found was pretty old, within the 20-year range.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's probably, yeah, I get it there too.
Racing technology changes about as much as computers. So
Yeah. That's one thing about this series here. There's tons of cars out there, but there's nothing really, really new unless you buy something new.
Gotcha.
So
So you're going to debut it at Salt City, but are you going to be racing it after that some other places too, or what's your
we
schedule?
don't
with it?
know. We're going to kind of see how that goes. I wouldn't mind. There's a few other races I would really like to do. So it's kind of a new thing for us. So we'll see how this first roll goes, and we'll see how it happens.
Well, good. So you've had a lot of races at Hutch, correct?
Yeah, we've had a few.
A few. How many have you won? How about that?
We won in 96. We won 2010, 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020. And I don't think there's been any 360 sprint car stuff since 2020.
Yeah, I think you're probably right on that
Sounds
part
right.
too. Okay, so now Danny, we're going to be running a 100-lapper. What do you think about that?
I'm really excited about that because the most I've ever done was, I think, a 50-lapper at Lawton, and that was back in the NCRA days.
Mm-hmm.
And I might have run one at Wichita when C-Ray's dad was still running the show.
Gotcha. Yeah, so we're pretty pumped about that too. Tommy and Estes and I have been working on this clear back in October, maybe September of last year. And, we kind of was waiting for this fair board to approve this, and we didn't get it approved till January. And so we're a little bit behind the 8 ball, getting a lot of things put together and stuff like that too. But we are ready for this race. We've been working on this.
I really think you'll have a good turnout, and hopefully a lot of people will show up, and we're telling everybody about it. So putting it on the internet, trying to help you out as much as we can.
Yeah, we've been, Danny, we've been really working on the racetrack, making it as best as we possibly can. We're going to keep working on it and stuff like that too. Tommy says he's going to come real early and help work and make sure we got it prepped good stuff. I hired Mike Van Genderen to come in, and he came in a month ago and worked 3 days and really reshaped the track and did a lot of stuff to it. Taught us a lot about prepping a racetrack. And then of course we had him there that night, Thursday before, and then a Friday, the first race. And even just yesterday, I was over at the fairgrounds. We were having some meetings and stuff, and a gentleman's been there, working there for over 40 years, came to me and walked up to me and said, that was the best race that I've seen in a long time. Best track I've seen in a long time. But we know we got some better things to do to it yet, because we've still learned a little bit and stuff like that too. So I'm excited for that 100-lap race.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see if the racetrack stays really wide. In 2020, the last time I won it, it was right up on the fence, and that was probably the most fun I've had at that place in years, was when it was right up on the fence, not right around the bottom.
and we're trying to get them up there.
Yeah, we're trying.
Yeah, we was hauling the mail whenever it was right up on the fence.
Yeah, well, we're going to work really hard with that. And even today, we were still talking to Mike about different things and stuff. We're going to be over, of course, our next race is next Friday. And we're going to be over there Sunday, starting to water the track and prep it, get it working all week and stuff too. So we're learning that track, and I hope we'll have it dialed in good for you and make it so you are running the fence. That would be a blast to see you guys up on that fence and rolling fast.
Oh, yeah. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. So like I said, last night when I saw that post from Oklahoma Tidbits, I got really excited. I was pumped. And I said, God, is there a way we can get Danny on the show? So
who's got his number?
so it worked out very well and stuff. So from that part, so just excited for it, and I hope that we get a lot of cars. Talking to Tommy, he's expecting at least 30 cars. I don't know if that kind of fits for the most of the races or whatever, but I hope that's a good number. I hope we can get more than 30.
Know a few that didn't go there that'll be at your place.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to tease the listeners a little bit. What do you think about maybe coming a week or two early, or maybe our June race, and maybe trying to maybe hot lap that?
Yeah.
I think we lost him, or maybe. You there, Danny?
There?
Yeah, there you are.
There we go. Okay. Anyway, Danny, so I'll back up a little bit. What do you think the possibilities of maybe coming to our June race, maybe, and having a little hot lap session for you?
As long as I can get to Indy and get the car back and get it all lettered up and get all our ducks in a row, we'd really like to do it.
It would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Danny, we'd love to have you. We'd love you to test it and everything else too. Kip Hughes has talked about bringing his car, so that might be another possibility too. But I tell you, Danny, even if you get maybe need some time, we need to go over and prep the track a little bit and let you come practice, even if it's not our June race. You might want to have to do that too to get you kind of excited to go.
Yeah, I'd really appreciate that, because I'm sure I'm going to need all the help I can get.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it totally 100% on that part. So we want to help you and do what we can to make that happen from that standpoint. So just let us know kind of how you're progressing, what you're doing. Just excited for you to be here.
All right. Well, I'll stay in touch, and thanks for having me, you guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Danny.
We'll keep in contact. Who knows? We might have to get an update from you. We go live every Wednesday at 6:00, Danny. We might have to get another update next week and see how you're doing, and maybe a couple weeks down the road, see how the car is coming along and all that kind of stuff too. Okay.
Anytime, anything I can help you with, just let me know.
Danny, thanks for taking the time, and we'll be in touch. Okay, buddy.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you, Danny. Thanks, buddy. Anyway, excited for Danny to come on board on the race. Excited for him to debut that car. I hope we can get him over there to do some hot lapping. But I'm going to tell you, Nick, if we got to go prep that track one night to let him come over and practice,
We're going to do it.
we're going to do it.
We're going to
Okay,
do it.
so
And for everybody, because I've seen some comments. So the USAC Silver Crown race, the 100 lap race, will be Saturday, July 20th, and Friday, July the 19th, the night before, we will run qualifying. They will hot lap and time trial.
So anyway, we will guess what happened. There we go. Now we're back.
But we're green.
But we're green, Gus. So anyway, so let's talk about some more 100. What do we got over there in the chat line yet?
So James Furman's on. Hey, James. Mark and Kyle have been talking about the date for the race. Yes, the 19th and the 20th, and it will be 100 laps. Would love to see old Jake out there again.
He's coming. Don't worry. He's coming.
Let's see. I think that's it. I think the chat line's caught up. What do you got on yours over there?
Just got people watching and stuff too. So from that part. So anyway, the other thing we really haven't announced, on the 19th, there will be 3 support classes run Friday night, and then the Silver Crown cars will be qualifying on Friday night, the 19th, and then the 20th we'll run 3 more different support classes from that part too. So another little teaser, your super stock guys, you want to come race at Hutch, hang tight. It's coming. We got a date ready to go for you guys too. Maybe 2, maybe 3 nights for the super stocks to come over and race at the fairgrounds. I know a couple of you guys have told me you just want to race once. Well, we're going to get you maybe a couple of times to come over and race and have some fun with us too. So just hang tight. Was meeting with a couple of guys that own some super stock cars and talking to them about different things and stuff like that too. So hang tight. I seen something about shirts.
Yeah.
Salt City shirts are coming, but I'll just be honest as I can be with this situation. Is the shirt situation is, if we come over to the fairgrounds and we sell shirts, we have to give the fair a percentage of that sale, and the percentage is not great. So we are going to work on a way we can buy where you can buy shirts online and purchase those Salt City shirts, because I get it. I want you to have them and stuff. We're working on a design. We got a pretty cool design already. I would tell you to be there next Friday, because we might be shooting something out of a T-shirt.
We might be.
So just hang tight for some of that. You might want to be ready for some of that too. But that's the issue why we're not selling shirts, is this the percentage that the fairgrounds wants us to pay to sell that shirt. It's too much percentage to make it work. I'd lose money if for whatever we'd sell the shirts, or they'd be too expensive, and everybody be complaining of what the price of the shirt would be. So we're going to get it set up. I talked to Lisa this afternoon about setting up and getting shirts and selling them online. So that's what we'll do here coming up shortly. But I'd be in the stands on next Friday to maybe catch one.
Yeah, might have to.
There might be a few other prizes and stuff coming through that Lisa's working on too, to come over and have some fun with too. So from that part. So anyway, Nick, let's go back through exciting next week, next Friday.
Yes.
From that part. I
Ready
wish we
for
could have
another
another
wild
practice
week.
on Thursday, but we're not going to be able to do that. So we'll have it next Friday, be ready to go. Pits are open at 3:00. Stands will open at 5:00. Buy your tickets online. Please buy them online. Save time on that part. You don't have to go to the ticket window if you buy. If you have it on your phone or whatever you might have done, print it out, walk right through the gate. They'll scan it through there, and you don't have to go to the ticket window. So
Yep.
save a lot of time on those lines we had last time from that part. Any caps? Not yet. We're working on that too. We'll see what happens on the online store, what we do there too, Dennis, on the caps from that part too. So next Friday, 5:00, people, just fill these grandstands. Let's make this fair board prove to them that this is the right thing we need to do. We need to keep racing. We need to race forever from that part over there at Hutchinson. Let's get this first year under our belt so we can know what we're going to do. Fred Freeman, open modified class. We've got some exciting stuff coming, weather permitting, October, November next year. We're going to, this year, excuse me. I said that wrong, didn't I? So yes, we do have some exciting stuff coming on that we're thinking about doing. Love to hear some more comments, stuff, what everybody'd like to see race over there from that part. But yeah, we have some ideas what to do for the October and November dates, weather permitting.
And Mark is asking about buying tickets online. Yes, you can buy them through My Race Pass, or go to saltcityracingllc.com and click on tickets, and it'll take you right there.
Okay. And, that's the last ticket you got from Mark Bacon.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, everybody stay tuned. Next Friday, we'll be live again next Wednesday at 6:00 for any major updates or anything we have going on to talk about it. Get online, saltcityracingllc.com. Get your ticket spot online. Save time for that part, so you don't have to go to the ticket booth. You can go right through. Gates open at 5. Pit passes are online there too. Save your time, racers. All you got to do is sign your pit pass and get your wristband and go through. And again, the road coming off State Fair Road on the north side is going to be a pit road entrance only. So you spectators will not be able to come through that way. We're trying to handle the traffic a little bit more smoother and easier going forward from that part. You can park across the road, across the street too, but there's plenty of parking over on the west side of the grandstands as you come through the gates from that part. So Nick, and what else we got left? Anything we're leaving out? Anything whatsoever?
Man, I think we've covered it. So we talked to Danny and talked about the traffic, and I think it's time to roll up our sleeves and get ready for another race.
It's gonna be fun. We'll be over there Sunday, start putting water on the track. The water trucks will be showing up Friday for us, that sort of stuff too. So can't thank everybody enough. And real quick, one more time, I guess we got to kind of roll through hit him, Nick, real quick.
Mike Van Gendren, he's been the man with the track prep, and it's really got us going pretty good. Murphy Tractor and Equipment helped us out, supplied us a road grader and pneumatic sheep's foot and some other stuff. Can't thank them guys enough. Richardson Brothers supplies a tractor and a box blade and a sheep's foot, and Ox Materials and Andale Concrete pouring and putting up our wall panels for us. Big help from those guys. Hample Oil hooking us up with all that diesel fuel to burn and all that equipment to get the racetrack good. Phoenix Recovery, towing, anything we need help with like that on race day. Jackson Meat, great folks over there. Got all of your barbecue needs. BG Products, continuation of a great relationship with Mel Hambleton Ford. Like everybody over there at BG, great supporters of everything we get ourselves into around here. Construction Rentals, supplying us with a telehandler and some additional lighting for the racetrack and the pit area. Agri Center, hooking us up with some side-by-sides so Phil and Kyler can run around, and then also the EMT cart for both Dodge City and Salt City. Zener Electric for making sure all the lights are on and all the stoplights are working. Evans Building Company just been big supporters of the racing over in Hutchinson, and really stood behind us on this deal from day one. So thanks to Bill and everybody over at Evans. United Rentals hooking us up with those awesome water trucks to keep the water and the moisture in the racetrack. Can Equip supplying us with a big case tractor to pull behind our picker, or to pull our picker behind, and also used to pack the racetrack. Thank you guys. And Egbert Liquor. At the end of the day, you got to have a good liquor guy, don't you?
That's exactly right. So anyway, hey, real quick, Matt O'Connor's reminded me of something. Last Friday at Salina Speedway, we had kind of a freak accident with a young lady that was in the pits and got accidentally hit by a tire, was injured up, and I think she's going to make a full recovery, which is great. Matt is telling me there's going to be a 50-50 split in Salina for her help and everything else too. And I'm going to tell you, of course, we're going to be there racing and stuff, and I will put money in that. And if I'm the one that wins the 50-50, I promise you I'm not taking the 50-50. I'm giving it to her. So let's go. It's a freak deal that happened. She was clear in the middle of the pits, and that tire got her. It's just so unlucky that happened or whatever. But the best part is she is going to be making a full recovery.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which
Let's
is
blow
great.
that up.
So 50-50 this Salina for Saturday for the young lady that got hit with the tire in the pits. And again, it's one of those deals, just a freak deal. Never seen that happen in all the years of my racing and all that sort of stuff too, but it is things that happen. So 50-50 going on in Salina this Friday for her. And like I said, if I get my number of the money that I give, and if I win it, I'm not taking 50 of it. I'm giving it all back so she can have all that money. So let's just make sure we take care of her from that part. It can happen at any racetrack, and sorry that it happened there from that part. So, hey, everybody, have a great Wednesday night. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 o'clock for the Under the Hood show. We'll talk about racing cars there too. Of course, we all talk about all kinds of stuff on that show. Tune in next Wednesday at 6 o'clock. But everybody, please fill them grandstands. We need more people in those stands to prove to this fair this is the right thing. Next Friday, 5 o'clock, start filling those grandstands up. Get your friends, get your family, get your buddies, whatever. Let's go racing, and we'll see you next Friday at Salt City Racing.
Be there.